Ahead of the Errol Spence versus Manny Pacquiao fight, many are questioning, is Errol Spence weight drained? You know, um, when you listen to an interview that he did with Fred from Barbershop Conversations, he said, he didn't really have that many fights left at 147. And as of recent, he pretty much was saying that it's becoming an issue to really make that weight at 147. A lot of channels that really don't like Errol Spence, that don't like him at all, that really don't like him, you know, they call him a weight bully. A lot of people are like, yo, this dude is a weight bully. He's squeezing down to 147, to beat up on smaller dudes and stuff like that. That's what like some of them channels think. Um, you know, Everybody got their own opinion, man. Hey, I look at it like, look, if you can make it weight, then make the weight, regardless. But is when you're younger, it's easier to make weight cuts and stuff like that, man. But as you get older, a lot of times, man, it gets harder to lose weight and to keep the weight down and stuff. You got to do a lot of stuff. You got to like not eat or you got to eat stuff that you don't like to eat, or it's just a lot, man. If you normally walking around at 170 pounds or something like that, and you got to, every time it's a fight, or sometimes even in between fights, some boxers, man, they maintain that weight. I don't know how they do it, man. Some of them do, or they maintain close to their fighting weight for whatever class that they're in. Most boxers, though, sometimes they go back to a little closer to their natural walking around weight. I'm not really sure how much, what's Errol Spence's natural weight. I think he walks around at maybe 170. I think 170-ish, 75. So this guy has to, lose 30, close to 40 pounds. That's a lot of weight, and it's taxing on your body, especially when you get older. So if you look at some pictures, like recent pictures of Errol Spence, like going into this Pacquiao fight, he looks a little thin, man. He looks a little sick, even a little emaciated, a little bit, man. But I don't want to go as far as say that, but I it's amazing though when you watch a lot of these fighters, especially Errol Spence, when you see him before his fights and his walk around way, how fat, full his face is, and then you start watching, then you start looking at like his fights, like when they on the scale, like do the face offs, and I'm like, damn, look how small look at his face, bro. It's just like sunken in. Nice to see Tank Davis like that. I was like, damn, man, look at his face, bro. This is like, these dudes gotta put their bodies through hell sometimes to lose this weight. And it's hurting them, man. And that's why Errol Spence was saying he only had a couple of fights left at 154. And a lot of people don't know, is it one more fight, two? I believe it's one more after Pacquiao, and a lot of people don't know who that last one is. If he has one more fight at 147, most of us would hope that it would be Terrence Crawford, but I'm not really sure what's going on with that, because if he wants to become undisputed, he can't just take one more fight. It has to be at least two more, meaning Terrence Crawford and Yordenis Ugas. Some channels, some folks, and shout out to a lot of the channels. Shout out to Bushido Boxing. Y'all go subscribe to Bushido. He thinks the Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford fight is more than likely going to take place at 154 pounds. That could be a strong possibility, especially you hear Errol talking about moving up. But then it comes to the question, okay, how long would it take him to get to Terrence Crawford at 154 if they both move up or something like that? Other people could look at this as a duck move. Like, okay, he knows he feels like he can't make the weight, or he been making the weight all the time. All of a sudden now, after the Pacquiao fight, He told him all he got is one more fight. Okay, so then if that fight ain't bud, then you ain't trying to be undisputed. And if it's Ugas, then you only gonna get the WBA belt. If you do beat him, you still ain't gonna be undisputed. So technically, you know, if you really want to be undisputed, Errol Spence will have 2 more fights left at welterweight. But the question is, you know, is he weight drained? Can he deal with 2 more fights at 147, man? I know that shit is hard, man. I can't. Listen, man, I remember, you know, trying to cut weight, man. I'm 222. Last time I was like, no, I'm sorry, I'm 218 now. I was 240 pounds, man. When I moved down here, I was about 195 pounds, something like that. You know, I got down here, started eating. I wasn't really moving around much, driving everywhere. Wasn't really exercising as much. Then, you know, eating certain things I shouldn't have been eating and stuff. And then eventually I stopped eating a lot of stuff, and a lot of the weight came off because my natural weight, I walk around maybe at a little heavier than Errol Spence, maybe like 185 pounds. Like that's 185, 190 is my natural weight to walk around it. I never was like intended to be this heavy because, you know, I'm just not, that's just not me. I'm 6 foot, you know what I mean? But, you know, I understand how it is. And then like when you focus and like, oh, I'm going to lose 10 or 5 pounds. My focus was 5 pounds one time. Like, let me try to lose 5 pounds and see how it is. Man, even sometimes losing 5 pounds, like just trying to like not eat certain shit or exercising and shit, that shit is strenuous sometimes, man. Especially when you get older. You know, Errol Spence is, what, 32 years old, 33, so he's like right at the edge of his prime. You know, so yeah, man, that's the question. If he has one more fight left, then how's he gonna be undisputed at 147 if all he has is one more fight? And that's, to me, if that is the case, then he doesn't aim to be undisputed. So I'm a little confused, you know, with the double talk, you know. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. But want him to be safe in that ring, man. And a lot of people are now saying that they think he's gonna have an issue in that ring with Pacquiao, man. I told people that. I said I don't think he's gonna win this fight for some reason. And I never thought it was because of the weight problem, but that's a strong possibility that he might not have enough snap anymore really to really put the beats on Pacquiao to really stop him like that. But that was one of the things I was saying. But it wasn't really because of the weight. I was like, yo, I just think that Manny has, you know, his work rate is might be a little too much for him. That was one of the reasons why I said I think Errol loses on the cards. But we'll see. We'll see. Errol, they say they're gonna knock Pacquiao out, so we'll see what happens, man. So let me know what you think about Errol Spence, man. His weight drain. Is he weight drained? Will he have more than one fight at 147? Because technically, that's what he said. He wants to become undisputed. How can you become undisputed if you only got one fight left after Pacquiao? That's just not possible. You know, so there's a slight chance we might not get that Bud fight at 147. You know, going by what Errol is saying about his weight, you know. But we'll see. It's Rebel Life Boxing, man. Catch y'all later, and I'm off this.